Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I've taken like a week off of working on cars and back to grind time. So obviously we are now into September, and we have one track day that is left this year, which is September 30th. Street 2 Tracks event, I believe, the Fall Fling, and it's also going to be a contribute to Ricky from Street 2 Track as well. So we're going to have a ribbon on our left arm during the event. So that means, given that it is the last event of the year, I set the CRX, the H22 Turbo, for that day. So I have to get started working on that car again, but obviously this car was supposed to be gone already. So what I got to do today is I got to re-bleed the brakes in this car. I got to figure out why the pedal is dropping to the floor, and it just occurred to me that, you know, the brake system was fully removed off of this car. So I'm not sure if I gotta like bench bleed the master or just completely go through the whole bleeding process again to ensure that we get all the air out of the system, and then probably going to find the plug that I need to wire up this resistor box that was sent to me so I can stop snagging it from the CRX, get that put into the car. And here we go, guys. We have a resistor box for the CRX, so I can stop robbing the other one out of my red CRX. As you guys can see, I did some musical car moving, and got the car on jack stands, got all four wheels taken off again, and I'm gonna bleed, you know, rapidly pump with a secondary person in the car while I open the line and watch the fluid become super solid on every corner in sequence. And hopefully the pedal would stay stiff, because I know the brakes worked before. I'm going to try to have my nephew bleed the brakes while I'm out there working the calipers and watching it to make sure it becomes full solid, closing up the lines and moving on to the next one. So I'm going to do that quick, and hopefully the brakes will work. So we just did the two rear, and I had him do 15 steady pumps. I watched the solid become a bunch of air, and then it became solid after 15, and then I told him do the extra 5 rapidly, and it was full solid on the rears. And I'm doing the front. I'm gonna open it, and then I'm gonna have him pump 15 steady and then 5 rapid. Ready, TJ? Go. On 10, go fast to 15. Huh, the front didn't have any sort of bubbles. Are you holding it down? No. Hold the brake pedal down? Oh, yep, does not move. Okay, I'm gonna do the other side now. So this one, do 10 slower than the last 5 rapid. Go ahead. Ooh, a lot of air. A lot of air. No! No! Yep. Yeah. Okay, pump it. Does it feel stiff? Pump it a couple times. Stiff? Cool. All right, guys. So you can see the pedal is about halfway, and it's not going to the floor anymore. We definitely have brake pressure now, And that's pretty much it for the brakes. I gotta fix that little grommet on the top because the tail light stays on, but no big deal. I want to give you guys some updates here before it gets too goddamn dark. Yeah, looking really good. Got the carpet all vacuumed out with this industrial vacuum. Got the passenger side all nice and cleaned. The rear, the compartments, everything has all been vacuumed out. I have not wiped down the plastics just yet. I want to make sure that everything is all, you know, done before I get to the plastics, because, you know, if I clean it first and then I start doing more shit in here, all the dust, whatever, is gonna kick up right back up on the leather and the plastics, you know, throughout the car. So what I did was, obviously the car is not on the floor yet, because I don't want to put these wheels back on, jack it back up, put another set of wheels. I'm gonna try to score some wheels to throw on this car before I put it back to the floor. And with that being said, I took one of the spares that was up in the front, bolted it back down right here in the tire compartment with the stock jack and tools. This car did not have the backing board for the compartment, and it didn't have the top portion. Now I'm not sure if the HX came with this lid right here or not, because it doesn't have that little lever that flops open this lid. But I do have a cargo top section. I've been hoarding this piece forever. Let me show you guys real quick. I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up, but I have two of them. This is the black one right here, and this is a blue one. I'm gonna pull that down real quick. Now I know you guys are probably wondering, damn Dana, you have everything, even the correct color for the car. So I bought this a long time ago, and because a long time ago the interior of this car used to be blue before I converted it over to gray. And I had an RT four-wheel drive brown one just like that for a few years before I sold it. And I made a custom rear compartment for the wagon because I couldn't afford the EDM one or the JDM one. So I made one out of a CRX cargo cover, and that was the reason why I hoarded these before I even had this CRX, because I sold my RT for this car. That's why I hoarded it. And it just so happens that this time around I have this for this car. I also have to figure out what to do with the seatbelt. It's all sorts of crazily twisted, but I think I'm just gonna take it off and twist it all nice and clean again, and then re-bolt it back to the wherever it's bolted at. I wish I had the 88 seat belts right here, the pillar mount, and get rid of this harness altogether, because that one is retarded as well. But work with what I have, and I'm sure I'll figure something out. So I'm gonna try to knock this out really quickly before it gets crazy dark. But yeah, let's get this all situated. It's a new day, guys. yesterday I had a friend come over, and you know, I haven't seen him in a while, so we were just chilling, chopping it up, and I lost track of time. But when I did start working on the CRX again, it was just super dark. I didn't have any of my LED lights charged, so it was just really hard to see. But I kind of want to show you guys really quickly what I did last night before you know, closing the garage. So obviously the interior is all clean and vacuumed out. What I did was I unfolded all of the seat belts and got them all nice and uniform, but then I realized how terrible it was that the harness was bolted on one of the 12mm right here for the seat rail, like that, you know, coming up and then over your shoulders. I just so happen to have a harness bar lying around in the backyard that came out of my wagon truck, so I made it work. Everything is all bolted up. It's pretty sturdy, except the harness utilizes a bolt, so I'm not sure how I'm supposed to bolt it up here, but I'll figure out a way. The seat, I'm just rolling with what I have, and this is what came with the car. That one was already bolted in place, and what I'm going to do is I got one bolted here. Seat's pretty straight, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this, extend this out, and weld it, bolt that in, so we can slide the seat all the way forward, and then do the same extension for the rear, so we can get those two suckers bolted down as well. So I just quickly came up with the idea of, instead of cutting the rails, I just made some adapters instead, and all it does is adapt from the original hole of the rail, and then it goes to the mounting spot right there. That one lines up just fine, and now I can recline the seat forward and get an idea of what I got to do for the rear. Now the one on the inside, same thing. I'm gonna put a plate from here, put a 12mm nut and run it across, and then bolt it in right there. That will be secured. And then this one's a little trickier because it is not a flat you know, leg to bolt down into the 12mm hole right there. So I'm gonna have to figure out like some type of angle downward, then make a hole to bolt it down. A little trickier, but you know, nothing I can't do. So I am going to make that one right now, and then brainstorm that one as well. All right, so we got this sucker right here done up. Just took a flat stock, cut a square, made a hole, and then extended it this way so I could bolt it to the chassis. And this side is pretty, it ain't going anywhere. So last one now is this one. I think I'm just gonna do the same concept. Check it out. So that's the flat stock that goes from here across, and then another flat stock right there welded to this guy right here, which then allows me to bolt this to the chassis. And this is obviously welded together like I did that guy right there. And check it out. Now I gotta take it all back out because I forgot to take this sucker out, and then I can spend some time to figure this out right here. Maybe I just put a magnet on it and make it seem like it's attached. Illusion, you know? What up, guys? I'm at this freaking barnyard with a million freaking goats, and that's the big bastard that was preventing us from coming in here last time. If you guys remembered, I picked up a black RSX right there, and I'm actually storing it here, and I'm keeping it for a future build, just not as of right now. But we're not here for the RSX, we're here for the Del Sol that's way in the back over there. So we're gonna try to find a way to get around all these goats, especially that big sucker, and check out the car and kind of talk about it. So yeah, this is my RSX that I never parted out because everybody was being too cheap, but still super clean on the inside, and the body is still looking pretty clean itself as well. Obviously front end accident. I bought this for the motor that's in the wagon now, and yeah, doesn't look too shabby. I thought the glass would have been broken on the top or something because these suckers were jumping on it. But let's get to the Del Sol. Hi guys. Cuz, oh, it's got slicks on it.
slicker.
Bro. Hey, Jeffy. I'm gonna call you Jeffy. Bah, Jeffy. Bah. Hey, cuz. Go back to your family so they don't think we fucking with you over here. So this was the Delso that I was supposed to use for the non-VTEC Honda Challenge, and I'm actually changing routes. So instead, my buddy right here was interested in the car, and this car belongs to him, and we're just here to check it out really quickly to see if it's worth like fixing up or whatever. But this was supposed to be the car for the challenge. Right now we're just checking it out. This car was running before, right?
Yeah.
You just neglected it, left it here for so many years. So this car has some goodies. It has full exhaust. It has ground controls. Ground controls. It has like a VIS carbon fiber hood. Interior is mostly complete. It's just missing seats, but if Son picks it up, then you know he's got like 6 pairs of seats. There's a bunch of turbo stuff in the car. You know, he's got shift linkage, motor mounts, and all of that. So it's definitely a project. But yeah, it's non-op, so there's no crazy back fees on it or anything. And I mean, this would have been a great platform for me, but I don't know, I'm not 100% set in stone on what chassis I want to rock with yet. But this was originally my first choice. All right, y'all, it is getting dark again, and I don't want to show you guys anything in the dark, so I'm gonna give you guys an update now. And what I did was I drilled a hole right in the middle of the bar and right in between this little support piece right here, and looped this 3 times. This is adjusted to my body, my fatness, so this seat is fitted for me as of right now, but definitely you know, a lot of adjustability for a smaller person, or if anybody need to scoot forward, there's enough slack to loosen up this belt. But this is looped 3 times, and then it is bolted right there in the back. And I just finished the passenger side. So the passenger side, I kind of pushed the seat all the way back, so the person who's sitting here, tall or short, thin or fat, it's not all up in the dashboard. So right now it's kind of fitted into my comfort. And you know, this is also looped 3 times and bolted in with a 14 millimeter with a nut that is nylon inserted, so it won't back out during vibration or whatever the case may be. But yeah, seat belts all squared up. Again, I still have to take off the seat and remove that belt buckle box thing right there, because we won't be needing that anymore given that we have this harness. And that's pretty much as far as the interior goes, other than the wipe down, which I'm going to take care in a bit. Now, I don't have to show you guys that, so that means I am going to end the video here, guys. So I haven't talked to you guys about the car that I'm going to be using for the non-VTEC Honda challenge. The Delso that you guys saw was supposed to be the car that I'm going to be using for the challenge, but I kind of just passed it on to my buddy instead. And he had a Delso before. He wanted to build another Delso, so he's going to sleep on it and kind of calculate the cost that it's going to cost him to rebuild the car, even though he has a bunch of stuff in his garage. But if he doesn't pick up the car, it may be a possible chassis still. If he does, then I already have something else up my sleeves. So with that being said, guys, we are nearing the completion of this car. Not 100% sure what I'm going to do as far as wheel choice just yet, but I think the next thing I'm going to do tomorrow is polish out the paint. Not too crazy about swirl marks or whatever, but I just want to at least get the black to pop again, and definitely try to add some clear onto the carbon fiber hood here. And all it needs is a battery, and then this thing should be ready to rock and roll to the new owner, and we can further move on to the H22 CRX. So hopefully you guys stay tuned and stick around for more updates of everything that's going on in this garage. We are on some crunch time with everything as far as the challenge goes, getting that car ready for track, getting this car sold, and you know, everything all together. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.